As the 2020 Democratic primary tightens at the top, Democratic voters in Nevada now prefer Bernie Sanders over Joe Biden. Our CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Sanders getting 29% support to Biden's 27%. 18% say they support Elizabeth Warren. The Nevada caucuses are set for February 22nd, and it could be a three-way race among those contenders. Steve Sebelius is the politics and government editor for the Las Vegas Review-Journal, and he joins us now. Thank you so much for being with us, Steve. How has Bernie Sanders gained enough support in Nevada to overtake Joe Biden?
Well, you got to remember that Bernie Sanders actually had that pre-existing base of support from 2016 when he ran 4 years ago against Hillary Clinton. He actually almost nearly evenly split the state of Nevada with her. She ended up winning more delegates and winning the state. But Bernie Sanders has a big base of support in the state of Nevada. He's been coming here since 2016. People are familiar with him. He can still draw a huge crowd. And so there's always been that base of support for Bernie that I think he's now building on again as he's running in 2020.
Well, what strategies are other candidates employing as they campaign there?
Well, Nevada is known for a lot of things, one of which is its large union population. Unlike a lot of states, this state has both public and private sector unions that have a lot of members, not least of which is the culinary union. Local 226. Everyone is courting the culinary union, but they're also courting other unions like government employees with AFSCME. Most of the presidential candidates came for a forum that AFSCME sponsored. Other candidates, the AFL-CIO of Nevada had its annual convention. Plenty of candidates came to that as well. So really concentrating on the union support, and not only that, but a lot of Nevada's ethnic communities, not just Hispanics and African Americans, but also Asian Americans are gaining in popularity here. So there's a lot of different targeting that's being done by all of those campaigns.
Right. I know there's a sizable Filipino population there in Nevada. Yes. So the Republican parties of several states, including Nevada, canceled their nominating contest this week. The party is pledging all of its delegates to President Trump. What's the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, the party adopted a resolution that allows it in the future to vote to bind all the delegates to President Trump. The thinking being that the president is the runaway favorite to get that nomination. I don't think a lot of people would argue that any of the contenders that are in the race right now have a chance of wresting that nomination away from him. The party wants to save money that it would otherwise spend on doing this, but ironically enough, the caucuses will still happen because they have to elect delegates to go to the county, state, and ultimately the national convention. So they're really not going to save money on that. I think this was something that the White House wanted so that they could put Nevada into the president's camp, at least for the primary, and not have to worry about that or in some of those other states. So Nevada, although the vote hasn't formally happened, you can put it in Trump's camp right now.
Interesting. Well, both Nevada and Iowa had planned to use a vote-by-phone method for their caucuses, but the DNC voted against virtual caucusing Friday. How could this affect the Nevada caucuses?
Well, I think a lot of people are saying it is going to reduce turnout because there were a lot of people, especially those who live a great distance from a caucus site, who were planning on using that telephone option. Ironically enough, it was the DNC itself that asked the state parties to find ways to get more people involved. Nevada's party came up with the telephone caucus. They put security measures in place, but the DNC ultimately said those security measures aren't secure enough, and so kind of pulled the rug out from under them on that. There'll still be early voting in the caucus, and so people can come at a time convenient to them. But this will leave some people who were going to participate without the option to participate. So it's going to depress turnout in that caucus a little bit.
All right, Steve Sebelius in Las Vegas for us. Steve, thank you very much.
Thank you.